Hey everyone, Raquel asked me to present the findings from our graduation placement survey. I've kind of been putting this report together, but I won't be able to be there. So I figured I'd just make this video really quick, so you can have that as a reference point. But feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns with these findings. This survey was initially put together by Jeff Williams and Kari Olson. I came in a little bit toward the end and simplified and shortened the survey, and then helped distribute it and put this report together. So huge round of applause for Jeff Williams and Kari for putting this together, and I hope that this is something that we can continue to do throughout the years. But let's dive into this one a bit, okay? So here's some general demographics. So we had about roughly 726 graduates, maybe a little bit more, we had 207 complete this survey. I set it up so that students either, if they didn't just simply respond to our email invites that I sent out, there were some QR codes that went out through faculty and through the dean's office. And so if they clicked on those, they verified their identity and then were able to take the survey through this. They were given $100 gift cards to the UVU bookstore for completing this. So that's kind of how we incentivized these responses. So we had about 207, 50% were male about. So it's a pretty 50-50 split between male and female. Here's the age distribution. 31% were first-generation students. So about 53% have a full-time job waiting for them post-graduation if they hadn't already started that full-time job. 23% were still looking. And then there were some other options here as well. Some had just a part-time job or an internship waiting for them, and some were pursuing graduate school. This is how satisfied they were with their job placement. So overall, at least somewhat satisfied for the most part. This is the state that they will be employed in based on whether it's full-time or part-time or an internship. This is if they were working in Utah, this is the county. So about 58% are going to be in Utah County. So these are some of the resources they used in the job search. LinkedIn, that's not necessarily a UVU resource, but 33% used that. Here's the UVU resources. So we have networking events and career fairs. I guess some of those may be UVU, some may not. Career and Internship Center, faculty and professors, Handshake. So that's kind of how those broke out. 42% said that they didn't use any of these, which is especially surprising given LinkedIn is on this list, but that's the way that worked out. So of those that were that only had internships ready for them, 100% of those were at least paid internships, so that's good. This is the hourly pay. So if they had a part-time job or an internship waiting for them, this is the hourly pay distribution. If this asked if there was a full-time option after their part-time or internship job. So 58% said that there was. But 39 said there wasn't, and 13% were just kind of clueless there. So this is a full-time salary distribution. So if they had a full-time job waiting for them, this is how that broke out. We asked them to estimate their salary in 5 years. I don't know how accurate that is, but this is how the distribution there. Whether this question asks whether the job they have is related to their major. 85% full-time job says yes. Part-time job, 71% said no, which they could have any part-time job, right? We could be working at a Wendy's, and maybe that's not related to their job, to their major. 100% of internships, though, it was, which makes sense. Whether their degree helped them obtain their position, 74% said yes. 43% of part-time jobs, though, no. So I think that these are definitely not degree related, obviously. For those that don't have a full-time job yet, this is the assistance that they would like to receive. So we have about 24% would like to help with job search strategies and networking opportunities. So it was pretty close to for a resume review. But very few did not want assistance, and so they do want some assistance there. This is how satisfied they were with their position. This is on a 5-point scale. So their job position, is a 4.3, 4.4, I guess. They're about the same. And this is how satisfied they were with their education experience at UVU, which is about a 4.5 out of 5. So we also had open response. So this one asked how they'd feel about their education experience here. Now, these are all the topics that came up in this analysis, and the bigger the bubble, the more frequent that topic came up. But it's also broken down by sentiment. So the negative, very negative, is going to be a dark red, and then a lighter red for negative. You have dark greens here. These are very positive. Lighter green is positive. And then if it was a mixed response, there was some positive or negative sentiment in their response, it's black. And then gray is neutral. There wasn't really any major positive or negative feelings coming out from that. So you'll see the most common ones are general satisfaction. They were students were overall generally satisfied. Faculty, that was a frequent topic. Again, a lot of satisfaction there. There were some smaller topics, though, like graduation. There was a lot of confusion about what to do with graduation and how it worked out. They just didn't really feel prepared for it and would have liked more information, things like that. So that was one that popped up quite a bit. And so if we go to this next one, this is for those that were searching for a job. We asked where they're at in the process. There was a lot of general frustration. Just kind of that was the topic that came out. One of the things that they were frustrated with was the job market. It seemed really uncertain. There wasn't a lot of they weren't hearing back from a lot of companies, so there was a lot of frustration there. But if you want to go through these, that kind of concludes the presentation. If you want to go through these questions in more detail, I have the text responses here, so you can go through those in more detail. But this visually, you can get a nice bird's eye view of what the students said there. So I hope this is helpful. Again, this is something I hope we can do in years to come. This I thought was really cool. It'd be amazing to see, to compare and contrast, to set goals and see how we can improve some of these responses. But again, reach out if you have questions, and I'm more than happy to dive deeper into any of this. Okay. All right. We'll see you. Bye.